Right, so for this question, you can see we have to fill in a table of results for the equation given above, and then we've got to plot whatever the curve or line may be. So we've got some values to work out. It might be easiest to start with the positive ones if you're more comfortable, but it's certainly putting in values to the calculator. So I'm going to show you the way that will work in every calculator first of all, and then perhaps show you a table method, and if you've got a scientific calculator like one of these ones here, a more powerful and easier way for you to work out. It's x cubed, so these are the x values, and then it's minus 4x. With negatives, your calculator will, if you just put in minus 3 and try and cube it, it will do minus 3 cubed, because it will apply the laws of big mass. It will do the cube first and then worry about the negative. So to ensure that x is minus 3, you need to put it in brackets. So you can put in brackets that it's negative 3. Now for cubing, that's the little 3. I haven't got a direct button for that. Some of you will do with the shift function, but I've got x here with a blank square. Okay, the x cubed is on this calculator, but sometimes you won't. It's the blank square, and I literally type in 3 to say that it's cubed, and I'm then taking away 4x's, so minus 4 times, and I'm going to put the x part again in brackets. It was negative 3. I'll do the brackets, press equals. That gives me minus 15. So I can plot that in your calculator. Do not clear it, because you've got to type all that in again. I can't recall if it's left or up. We'll try left. It goes back into the sum. So where's minus 3? I can delete the 3 and put in a 2, and likewise for the first value of x over here, delete the 3, make it a 2, like that. That comes out as 0. The ones over here, I've got to do 1 now, so press left to go back in, delete the minus sign this time, put in 1, delete the 2, delete the minus, make it 1, gives me negative 3, and last one I've got to go back up and put the 2 in. So you can go through and individually type this in. It's 2 marks, so you've got a little bit of time to work and your way through this. It's 0. Okay, you can use your table function on your calculator. So you need to press your mode or setup button. So you press mode, and the third option is for a table. And it's saying a function of x. That is basically just the y equals. You then need to type in x cubed minus 4x. So you need to find the x, and the x is a red key here. So to get to the red keys, I've got it's labelled as alpha. So I press the alpha and press the x to give me a value of x. I then say I want it cubed, and then I want minus 4 lots of my x. So that is my function. That is x cubed minus 4x in the calculator. So equals is kind of the enter to move it on to the next part. Where do I want to start from? Well, I actually want to start from minus 3. Okay, and at ending, I want to go up to 3. So 3, enter, and the steps are 1. It's going up by 1 number each time. I can do that there, and it brings up a whole table of displays that I can move up and down through. So I can look up, and it'll be the same answers anyway. Minus 3 comes up as minus 15. It might be too small for you to see, but your teacher will be able to show it to you if you're unsure. Minus 15. The next one's 0. The next ones I know, but they're on here anyway. 3 is 3, then it's 0. So the others I can just read off of this table. So that's the first part of that question done, if you can still hear me fine. The next part is on the grid, draw it. If you got the first bit wrong, you can still get the full 2 marks here for plotting the coordinates that you have created, because these are coordinates. They're written one on top of each other, I suppose, rather than side by side, but they're coordinates to be plotted. So the first coordinates is this there. Minus 3 on the x value, so minus 3, minus 15. So coming down to minus 15, halfway between, clearly plotting it with an x. Next we've got minus 2, 0. Minus 2, and the y is 0, I'm not moving anywhere. Minus 1, 3, so minus 1 going up to 3 there. Next one 0, 0, well that's easy, that's straight in the middle of my axes. Across to 1, down to minus 3. Across to 2 and 0, across to 3 and up to 15. So there's some sort of symmetry about this. So I've got various points. Now it's not, it's an x cubed. If it's an x squared as well, it's curves. It's not straight lines. So I'm not going to need a ruler. You've got to freehand draw these lines up, going through all the points. Now you might not be that confident drawing freehand. I'm not that confident, but you've got to see how it goes. If you do it in pencil, you have the opportunity to rub it out. I'm doing it on pen, so hopefully this goes well. So starting from the bottom coordinate, just move it up and make sure it goes through the point. Up here, curve it as it goes through there. It's then coming down through 0, 0. It's coming to the bottom here, we're going to curve it up, hitting all the coordinates, and we're going to go all the way up to that one up there where the line gets ever steeper to go through like that. If one of these coordinates here is really odd, now you might, up here you won't recognise that it's odd or peculiar, but if it's suddenly strangely out of the way, that could be an indicator you might have got this incorrect. Okay, depends if you know what x cubed should look like, or more often than not they're probably x squared questions these. It's unusual to have a cubed, they're normally x squared. You should have some kind of symmetrical smiley face or maybe unhappy smile, and you can use the graph to actually indicate whether you did the first section correctly. But either way, hopefully if you get both right, you can pick up 4 marks, which at this stage of the paper are obtainable for the majority of students.